Hi friends, welcome to 12 Days of Christmas Cards. I hope that you will follow along this month with me so that you can see all the different cards that I'll be making for Christmas. This is the first one, and I created it using some vintage stationery, handmade stationery, and a vintage receipt, and some stuff from my stash, 2 upcycled Christmas cards, and of course, my paper dolls kit, which is called Heirloom Little Ones. Well, my friends, let's see how this beautiful card came together. Hi friends, welcome to the 12 Days of Christmas Cards. I will be making some Christmas cards for you, as you could have guessed, and I'm looking forward to doing this. I think this is going to be a really fun project. So 12 days in a row, I'm going to make a card each day. And I'm going to be using my wonderful little paper dolls. As you can see, some of them are here. I have a kit with 25 pages. It's a huge kit, and it's got all kinds of dolls dated 1800 to 1950. And they are basically year-round dolls. We have Christmas, Easter, Valentine's, summertime, fall, Halloween, just any day. So all kinds of dolls. There are some backgrounds, and actually, I'm going to show this to you real quick. These are my fall dolls, but there's also a page with phrases that you could use in your journal making or card making or whatever it is that you would be using these precious little paper dolls on. Also, I figure I'll go ahead and show you. This is one of the backgrounds, and this is the Christmas background, and I will be cutting this to fit the cards that I'm going to make. I should be able to get about 3 of these backgrounds out. Yeah, if I make them a little bit smaller than this actual card, then I should be able to get 3 out of them, which is great. Today you'll need either cardstock or like what I have here. This is stationery. I'm in love with it. It's handmade and it's from Italy. And I found this in the thrift store, and it's vintage, and it's just absolutely gorgeous paper. Oh, there's 2 here. Look at that. It's very thick. There's so it's gorgeous, and I'm going to go ahead and make some of my cards using this. I also have some card blanks, but if you don't have card blanks, you can use scrapbook paper, cardstock, pretty much anything you want, as long as it's firm enough to be able to turn it into a card. So you're going to want that. You're also going to want layers. You can use, again for layers, fabric, scrapbook paper, sheets from these little pads that many of us have. I have a door here if you have something like that. Music paper. Oh, music paper is a gorgeous layer. Book pages, you know, basically anything. Doilies. Trims, all that good stuff. Okay, you're going to want to grab some of that. You might want some ink. You're obviously going to want scissors. If you're going to print out the paper doll kit, which I'll link in the description box below, this is the one that I did with the children. I also have one with adults, women, ladies. This one has boys and girls, but the other one is ladies, and they are dressed through the years also, starting about 1600, moving up to 1990 actually. I haven't really planned out these cards, except for the fact that for some of them I don't want to use this vintage stationery. Obviously going to use my paper dolls. And I looked around just for some things that I have. This is modeling paste that I went over with gold gilding paste, and I think it looks so beautiful. Underneath that there's some stenciling, and it all starts with scrapbook paper. So we've got already, let's see, 1, 2, 3 layers, 4 layers on this already, which is great fun. And then I have this vintage receipt, and it's such a gorgeous color, and I thought this would really be impactful as our first layer on our greeting card here. I will have to get it to size, and I'm toying with the idea of just tearing it. I know that you can't see it on the camera screen, but it's because it's dyed such a beautiful, rich plum color, but there is writing on it. There's handwriting on it. And so I know that you can't see it, and obviously most of that's going to get covered anyway, but it's just kind of cool. I think it'll add a neat layer. And I think we're going to come in and put this over top of it, and we'll have that glued down. And some of these white edges will show, so once I'm done tearing. And then I'm going to toy with how I want everything to come together. Am I going to use the door on this one? Probably not, because I don't think it needs it. I think that's kind of big. Am I going to use the boy or the girl? Not sure. It'd be kind of cool to use the boy on this one. I don't know, I threw him down there and he looks really great. So I might do that. His hair goes really nicely with this gold gilding paste. So maybe we'll plan on doing that for our first one. But before we do anything, we're going to go ahead and tear this receipt to size. And I only want to take a little bit off. You know what I should be using is my tearing ruler. I'll do that next time. I already started by hand, and by hand is a very different look than even when you use a tearing ruler. So let's just keep doing what we're doing, but I'll grab that next time. Oops, I took a big giant chunk off of that. That's okay, we're not going to worry about that. Okay, and then we're taking a little off the ends. Now let's put it down and see what we've got. Oh, I like it. I think that looks kind of cool. So I see that we have a lot of our edges showing, and so I'm going to go in with a little bit of ink. So I'm going to be very daring, and I'm going to go in with black. That's not something I would normally do, but I think that this is going to be such a unique card anyway that I feel like, hey, why not, right? I'm just going to do the other side because why not? I've got the ink. It's ready to go. It'll give it a finishing touch, which will be nice. Oh, and you know what? I'll go ahead and do this edge here too. And you know what? While I've got this, I might as well grab my maker's stamp and stamp it on this side. Hopefully I got enough ink on there. Yes, lovely. All right, so that's done for us. Now let's put this back on here. I do like it with the ink. So now I'm going to just take this, I'm flipping it over because I want to go ahead and get some glue on it. The department store name is down here, and I didn't want to put that on upside down. All right, now I am ready for the next layer. Again, scrapbook paper with stencils on top of that, with the modeling paste on top of that, and then the gold gilding paste on top of that. So we're going to go ahead and put that down right here. We're going to do the best that we can to center it. And I'm just going to use my Aleene's Tacky Glue to glue this down. When I'm done with this card, I will go ahead and put it in my book press, and that way it'll dry nice and flat. If you don't have a book press, that's okay. Just use a book on your table. You can do that just as easily. I want to make sure I don't have that upside down. No, we're good. Okay. All right, hopefully we've got that in the center. I think so. Now I want to press down on it, but if I try to do that with my spatula, it'll catch it. So I'm going to get something that's a little bit thick. Oh, here's a piece of cardstock here. It's just a little scrap. I'm going to put that down. Now I can use my spatula without hurting anything. All right, now we've got our young man here, and he's so cute. And I'm going to go around him with a little bit of ink. If there's any hard to get to spots with your ink, you can go ahead and grab a marker, which I am going to do for him. I've got this gold marker. It's supposed to be metallic. I don't really believe that it is very metallic anymore, but I'm still going to use it. because it won't clash. And I'm just filling in the white areas between his arms there. I think I got everything else pretty good. A little spot right here at his boot and right here at the pant that I couldn't get to with my scissors. But I think everything else looks good. Okay, now if we put him here, oh, and then we just need a Christmas sentiment. Let's go ahead and upcycle or recycle, or whatever we're doing with it, an old Christmas card. And we're going to cut out this, it says, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. We're going to go ahead and put that on the very front. I remembered that I have some plum ink, so this is my black ink right here, dauber, but I'm going to dip it right here in the corner into the plum and see what we get. Well, it's very dark. It's still black, but I do feel like there's a hint of plum in there, which is really nice. Look at that. That looks nice. I can see just a hint of it. Maybe I'll go around the edges one more time too, just to see if I can get any of that plum. Ooh, I think that's working actually. See if we can get a little bit of that plum in there on the inside. Ooh, that's nice. That's looking pretty cool. Okay, I think it's time to glue our little guy down. And now we're going to glue this down. And you know what? Since this is bumpy, actually I was just thinking about this. This is a little bit bumpy. So I am going to put some hot glue right down the center. And actually this was part of my heirloom little ones paper doll kit, and that might be nice unless I can find something else. We don't necessarily need something else, but I think something else, you know, adding something additional would be nice. So I'm going to have a look around. What if we use another card that I have here in my stash and decorate the corner with this? I'm going to do sort of a rough cut just to get it off of this part of the card. Get that out of the way, and now this will end up going down here. That's going to be kind of cool, I think. Let's go ahead and cut it. And I wonder if I want to cut away this holly. I don't know. Let's cut the rest of it out. I will fussy cut this, so I won't do that on camera. I'll be back as soon as I'm done. Okay, my friends, here they are. They are cut out, and they're kind of big, but I kind of like them. It's got a lot of impact to it, and I think it's kind of a cool layer. So I am going to take this, and I'm actually going to go in with the plum again. This ink was given to me by my friend Pam Van E. So thank you, Pam, if you're watching. I appreciate that. So I'm going to go in. Remember, it still has some of the black in it, so it's not going to truly look plum, but I think it's going to bring everything together. Okay, what do you think about that, my friends? I think it looks nice. Okay, very nice. I'm going to do the same thing that I did with this piece up here. Because this is bulky and there's a bunch of different layers going on, I'm going to go ahead and put some wet glue on it, but I'm also going to get some hot glue on it as well. Now, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and add some stickles. I put some green on. I did that off camera just because my green is so fussy. It's very liquidy. And it comes out really quick. And sometimes I use it on my lives and oh my gosh, it's just crazy. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and use gold for the buttons on his jacket. This color is called Diamond, and I'm going to use this on the fluffy white parts of his outfit. Fluffy. This one tends to come out really quickly too. I'm going to try to absorb some of that with a brush. I need a foam brush actually. And maybe because this comes out so quick, maybe I should just try to apply it with a brush. That might be a little bit better. Have you guys ever had this problem with your stickles? Usually it's not a problem. It's really my fault. I ended up leaving them on my desk in front of my window and they sort of got like, they condensated. And it's, I don't know how it could possibly add more water to it, but it really seems like it did. So I won't do that again, that's for sure. So I want to just put a little down here too on the white part of his boots. Okay, my friends, here is our finished card and I love it. I got to use some stuff that was in my stash, which is great. And I got to upcycle 2 different Christmas cards, parts of it. And I got to use my paper dolls kit. And I got to use this beautiful stationery that I got at the thrift store. Oh yeah, and we used this vintage receipt as a beautiful background. And I think it came together really, really nicely. Definitely unique and one of a kind. So this is day 1 of 12 days of Christmas cards. And I hope you will join me tomorrow. Thanks for watching. See you soon.